Hello and welcome to Blast for MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
What a mad weekend of MMA happenings. The last 12 hours were filled with crazy stuff inside and outside the octagon. Weird decisions, crazy upsets, comebacks, weird announcements, everything. But in this video, we will focus on the light heavyweight division, which includes the title fight yesterday between Ankalaev and Jan Blachowicz, and as well the newly booked title fight for January in Brazil. So stay tuned. So yesterday, Jan Blachowicz took on Magomed Ankalaev for the Vacant UFC light heavyweight title. As you might know, Jiri vacated the belt. That means there's no champion. And then Jan fought Magomed. And I don't know why so many people are so mad about this fight and the decision. Because I can tell you, and this is very neutral, because I probably rooted for Jan, but I picked Ankalaev as the guy who probably will win before the fight. He was my pick, my predictions. So the first and the second round clearly for Jan. If you try to argue about that, then I don't know what you're watching. Round 1, round 2, Jan. Round 3 and round 4, Ankalaev. No question about that. So it all comes down to the third round. It's 50-50 going to the third round. The third round is so even. There are arguments for both guys why they could have won that round. In my opinion, even Jan won that round because Jan landed more damage. And if you don't know this, the main criteria for judging is damage. Damage over everything in judging. If you agree with that or not, it doesn't matter if you like that, it's the rule. And Jan did more damage. Jan took out both legs of Ankalaev. Ankalaev took him down, yes, he landed some shots, yes, but he didn't do any serious damage. If you go to the ground, you just control him, yes, but that doesn't do anything in terms of damage. That's not damage. But if Ankalaev limps with both legs and can't really stand on the legs anymore, that's damage. So in my opinion, Jan even won. You can argue that he won the third round, but it was razor thin. For me, honestly, draw was the perfect answer for this whole question. Because Jan or Ankalaev with the win, I could live with it with both, but I don't know. I think draw is the perfect decision there because round 3 is so close. And it comes down to rounds. It doesn't come down to how you thought overall in the fight, who had the better fight. It's round scoring, okay? And for me, it's the perfect decision. Also because you have to see, Jan and Ankalaev, two cool guys, but if you're honest with yourself right now, put the fan aside of if you're a fan of either one of those.
Fanboy! The man was a fanboy!
Would you, is one of these guys for you an entertaining champion that you're like, wow, yeah, I want this guy as a UFC champion? Is he a Conor McGregor? Are they Alex Pereiras? Is he Adesanyas? Are they people that excite you that they are champion? That excite you, hey, wow, we have this guy as a champion, I can't wait for the next title fight. Would it be like that for you? For me, not, honestly. I like both the guys, but neither Jan nor Ankalaev is a guy that I'm like, wow, he fights this week. Oh my God, this will be a banger of a fight. No, honestly not, I'm sorry. And now there's no champion. It is not like Brandon Moreno against Figueiredo, where the first fight was also draw in the title fight, and then the current champion just stays the champion and they book a rematch immediately. No, there's still no champion right now. And then when I woke up in the morning after the event, I saw on the Discord, by the way, join the Discord in the link. I saw in the Discord somebody wrote Hill versus Glover booked for title fight in January. I was like, no, bro. I wrote back. I literally wrote back. No, bro, that makes no sense because Hill is booked against Lionheart. Jamahal Hill is scheduled to fight Anthony Smith. He was like, no, watch. I go on Instagram. On Instagram, every post, breaking news, breaking. Jamahal Hill versus Glover Texeira for the vacant UFC light heavyweight title in January 21st, I think, or 23rd, Brazil. I was like, what? My first reaction was like, that's absolutely scandalous. My first reaction was like, that's so unfair to both these competitors yesterday. That's so unfair to the whole division. I was mad at first. But then I drank my coffee, my brain and my mind started to wake up. And I thought about it again. I read the news again, thought about it again, and I was like, wait, actually, this is the best decision. It makes a lot of sense. Because if you think about it, it was a draw. So there is still no champion. The light heavyweight division has no champion right now. The UFC, the organization, does not want a division without a champion. They want a champion in the division, right? And neither Ankalaev nor Jan can fight again in a month. They need some time off now to heal and rest up. And you don't want the belt just to stay vacant with no champion for another 4 or 5 months. So it makes a lot of sense to book 2 other guys that are deserving for a title. It's not like they just pick 2 guys randomly who are not even on a good streak or something. Like Glover was scheduled for a title fight either way. Glover is the most deserving guy for a title fight right now because he was scheduled to fight for the title this weekend. You know what I mean? So Glover is a no-brainer. And Jamahal Hill, I mean, convince me. I don't have any other guy in my mind. Tell me one guy in the light heavyweight division that deserves it more than Jamahal Hill to fight for the title right now. Like, who?
Who?
Lionheart. I love Lionheart, but he's coming off a loss, even though it was because of an injury. But if he would have won against Ankalaev, of course, but he comes off a loss. So Jamahal Hill and Glover Texeira, this is such an exciting fight. I mean, this is kind of a similar fight to Jiri versus Glover, which was probably fight of the year, right? Because Jiri is, of course, much more like wild and stuff, but Jamahal Hill is also a very aggressive and reckless striker. And Glover also has the grappling advantage over Jamahal, same as he had over Jiri, even though Jiri submit him, but that's a different thing. You know what I mean? It's stylistically a very similar matchup, which I really like. The powerful, aggressive striker against the sloppy grappler, if you want to. Of course, Glover's not sloppy, but you know what I mean. It's very exciting. I'm really excited for the fight. That's a fight that I'm excited for. Ankalaev versus Jan, I was not excited for it, honestly. But this fight, I'm excited for. This is a fight I'm like, yeah, we need this for the title. And I know some people will say, yeah, but it's unfair to Jan Ankalaev. But bro, you had 25 minutes to secure your title. They weren't even scheduled to fight for a title. Don't forget that. They were scheduled to just have a normal 3-round fight. And the winner might get a title shot, right? And if this fight wouldn't have been a 5-rounder, 3-rounder, and it would also be a draw, then neither of them gets a title shot. So it's not unfair for them. They had every chance in the world to get the title. They had 25 minutes, and neither of them did really impress me. It was not like a Glover Texeira versus Jiri, where it's just a 25-minute war with like craziness, where you look at both guys and you're like, wow, man, these guys are deserving. It was a not boring fight, but it was not an action-packed fight. It was not a fight that I would rewatch, not at all. So how can you come up that they deserve to fight for the title again? I don't get it. So it makes a lot of sense for me, honestly. The only guy I'm really feeling for is Lionheart, man. I mean, Lionheart scheduled to fight Jamahal Hill. If he beats Jamahal Hill, fights for the title, and now it just fights no one, which is pretty hard because, like, it's not just that they were rumored to fight. They signed the contract. They signed a contract to fight each other. Just imagine you have a contract to fight someone, you're preparing for him, and then you just get the information. You see it in the post-fight press conference by Dana White that he announced that your opponent is now fighting for the title. What? If I'm Anthony Smith, I'll be mad right now, especially because he was covering the fight. He was working at UFC282 as an analyst. I didn't saw his reaction. I hope that someone on the internet, I would like to see his reaction to that when he found that out. I'm sure he's pretty mad. I didn't see a statement of him until now. Curious to see what he will say. Jamahal is definitely deserving. I think he knows that, but it still sucks for him, of course. But it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Glover just prepared for a title fight, so he's in shape. Jamahal Hill was preparing for a fight either way, so he's in shape. January, Brazil, if you did not know this, Brandon Moreno against Figueiredo was never the main event. Never. Not once. It was always the co-main event. It always said, I got tickets for this event, so I know it. It always said to be announced against to be announced as the main event. So I think for the UFC, that's a perfect fit. 2 guys that people would like to see as champion. You have another title fight on the card. The card sells even better like this. Pay-per-view sales will go up. Perfect. For the UFC, that's a win. Honestly, it's a win. And I'm looking very forward to watch that fight. I will see 2 title fights in Rio. I'm so hyped for that. Can't wait. And I'm very happy for Glover and for Sweet Dreams. Honestly, they deserve it. And by the way, guys, Paddy lost that fight. It was a robbery. Jared Gordon won that fight. But now, write in the comments, guys. Who do you think deserves to fight for the title at light heavyweight? Is it a deserving fight of the Glover versus Sweet Dreams? Are they not deserving? Did they rob Ankalaev? Write it all in the comments, guys. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, guys. Road to 800 subscribers. Let's go, champ. And most importantly, guys, eat your vegetables. Bye-bye, guys. Bloodsport out.
Eat your vegetables.